Well, I'm Will Barrett, and this is my beautiful wife, Jennifer, and I have the privilege of being the site pastor at our Cloverdale site. Wonderful family of believers over there at Centerpoint Cloverdale. This past year in ministry has blessed our socks off. We've had just a great time learning new people and learning new faces and new names, and just learning to bond with our family over there. But there's been some things going on this year that's been challenging for us, very difficult, and starting with Jennifer's health.
The beginning of this year, I started having some health issues, and in April, I went to the doctor to try to get some answers as to what was going on, and really thought I had mono, and they started running some tests, and they called me back and told me that they had found that my iron had been completely depleted and I needed to go home, and they would start running some tests. And so test after test after test, they weren't able to find answers, and did infusions, had surgery. Still we don't really have a lot of answers to all of that.
Not only was Jennifer having some health problems that we couldn't get our minds around and couldn't come to grips with, we noticed our 4-year-old daughter Payson, who we adopted from Armenia about 3 years ago, began to have some complications with her development and her growth. She wasn't progressing the way a normal kid does. The doctor told us that Payson has severe autism, and that she probably won't progress much past where she is right now. She's going to age, but cognitively she'll never be more than 4 or 5 years old, and that completely deflated us.
It did. I remember on the car ride home just thinking, God, I don't understand. We really feel like we've been following your lead, and all these doubts and fears just start coming through your mind, and it tries to take you over.
A really, really wise person that I went to for some advice told me that you do one of two things. You can run to God in the midst of this, or you can run away from Him, but you can't stand still. And that really meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to us.
A couple days after we got the diagnosis with Payson, I was in my car, and God reminded me that Payson was going to have this diagnosis whether she was in our home or was still in that orphanage. And it made me thankful that God brought her to us and us to her, because now she's not going to go through it by herself. She's got a family to go through it with her, and that right there really made me thankful. What we're struggling through with her, there's so many people struggling with things that are so much worse, and that we do get to go home and hug on her and kiss on her, and there's parents that wish that they could do that and aren't able to.
All of a sudden the storm doesn't seem that bad. It's one day at a time, and every day we have to decide that we're going to be thankful, that it's a choice to be thankful. We have so many things to be thankful for, like excellent medical care for Payson, a fantastic family that just loves each other and cares for each other.
This doesn't define our family or our future or any of that. It's a part of what our life is now. Our whole purpose of being here on earth isn't to be comfortable or happy. It's to bring honor to God, and that's what we're going to do with this, and that's what we're going to keep doing.